YouTube, what is going on, guys? Thank you guys for checking out another video of mine. Today we are going to be reacting to some self haircuts. You know, we've been through a pandemic. People haven't been able to get into the shop like they want to, or they're kind of nervous to get into the shop. Here in Tampa, I feel like things are slowly but surely getting back to normal. But nonetheless, one of the most popular videos to watch on YouTube has had to have been self haircuts. And if you look at my screen right now, we're looking at some self cuts right now. 1.5 million in 4 months. Never had a video do that. Look at this, 7.5 in 5 months. Oh my gosh. 159,000, 7.1 million in 6 months. He even has a course for self cuts. Oh, I gotta watch this one. $7.5 million. All right, let's watch this.
From the beginning to the end, with all the useful tips and tricks you will need. With that being said, let's jump right into the video. So right here, we're going to be putting in our bald line. We want to make sure we have no guards on the clipper and make sure that the lever is closed. Keep your clippers clean at all times and gently run the clippers back and forth on your head to make sure you don't leave any stray hairs.
He ain't even using a hand mirror.
The goal is to make sure the bald line is as straight as possible.
I think that's gonna be like a high fade. I would also say, like, go cordless. If you're gonna cut your own hair, go with a cordless clipper. You know how annoying that cord is gonna be when you're cutting your own hair, it's wrapping around you and stuff. That beat is kinda good. All right, let's get to it. Come on.
Now we're gonna be using the number 1 guard closed and going up from the bald line about 1/2 inch.
All right, so far with these steps, to me, he's not spreading out the blend enough. So he's not going high enough with this guard. You need more space to create a transition. I feel like it's gonna be too compressed of a fade. It's gonna look too dark, and you're not gonna really see a really nice transition, a really nice gradient, I should say. I could be wrong, but right now, with these steps, he is going to have to spread it out once he's done with his fade. Because going from bald straight to a number 1 and only going up a 1/2 inch up, that's tough. But let's continue. Yeah, that fade is gonna be bulky, I think. A lot of dark spots. Unless he comes in and details the heck out of it. I would have gone up at least an inch, at least.
Now without any guards on your clippers, open your lever.
He might actually go with the blade open, and he might go up a 1/2 inch with the blade open. And if he does that, he just wasted a bunch of time with that number 1 guard. But let's see.
So we can start to flick out that bottom bald line. The key here is to make sure you are starting below the bald line and flicking up and out at the line.
I don't know about this. I don't know. Hey.
With the number 2 guard closed, we're going to start to cut off all the bulky hair on the side of our head. We want to use the same technique as we did when flicking out the bald line. Go up about 1/2 inch to about 3/4 inch and then flick out to give your hair that nice flared out look.
I like that he's not just shaving the number 2 into his head and like into the ridge and making it look like he just shaved it up, right? I like that he's flicking out. He is keeping that shape, that flared look, like he calls it. Let me get out of his way. It's a little disconnected on his left side.
Alright, this is honestly my favorite part of the haircut. Using your number 1 guard with the lever open, start to fade in that middle line below where you just cut with the number 2 guard closed. This guard does wonders and really makes the fade feel extra crispy.
Are fades crispy? I thought that was lineups. Y'all let me know in the comments below. I thought lineups were crispy and fades were blurry. I didn't know fades were crispy. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Yeah, see, it's looking too dark. It's looking too compressed. Not enough gradients. Not enough transition.
I'm all about do-it-yourself work and saving money as much as possible without taking any quality away from the work I do.
Alright, I'm gonna say this. He's got 10 more minutes in this video, so it's probably gonna look better by the time he's done. But to say all about DIY without sacrificing any quality, you're gonna sacrifice some quality, man. You're going to. You may not be aware that you're sacrificing quality, but you're going to. Like from a professional's perspective, they're going to see the imperfections, right? But if you're happy with the self-cut, if you feel like that's the quality that you're looking for, then you're good to go. Then more power to you.
So right here, I'm doing a little bit of touch-up work on that bald line fade and the lever about 3/4 inch open. I'm going to slowly out that bald line and get rid of any hard lines.
Sheesh. That first step with the number 1 close was a waste of time. He's going above that right now. That side is killing me.
Alright, so now we're going to section off the side of our head to the top of our head. Using a comb down your existing parted hair. Your part line is to eye up the comb at the corner of your eyebrow. The upper corner of your eyebrow is usually a great place for your parts. I might have to post a separate video on parting your hair, so stay tuned for that. And make sure the number 5 guard is even all around your head.
Yeah, make sure you're going straight up off the scalp. You need it to take an asymmetric section and then lay all that hair down. Because if not, you're going to have some overhanging hair anyways.
For the number 2 guard and the number 5 guard, using thinning shears and a comb, you want to start cutting that bulky middle line without cutting too deep into your hair you already cut with the guards.
You could tell he's done his research though. You gotta show him love for trying to do DIY because he's trying to save money. He's probably in a situation where he's got a budget and he's sticking to it. And so you definitely can't knock it. I used to do DIY and budget.
So I always like to do 2 things when using my thinning shears. Number 1 is to cut the hair that you pull upward with the comb. Always start below that middle line and cut into the bulk. And number 2, once the comb is pulled above that middle line after you've cut it, put your thinning shears below the comb and cut the bulk as it falls back into place on the side of your head.
Yeah, I don't know about that technique, but what I was saying was I used to do the same thing. I was trying to save money. And it worked. It worked really well, got frugal, saved a bunch of money, and it put me in a place where I didn't have to save money anymore because my time was more important now. So, you know, at some point you have to be able to shift from being frugal, doing a whole lot of DIY to saying to yourself, okay, I've saved money. The DIY stuff has served its purpose. Now my time is worth more. So I'm going to start leveraging other people's time and using their services. For example, now I don't clean my own pool. I don't do my own lawn. I don't mow my own lawn. I don't even cut my own hair, and I know how to cut my own hair because I'm trying to save time because of the convenience of hiring someone else to do it. Hopefully that makes sense. I think being frugal, being DIY can hinder you if you do it forever. It's supposed to serve a purpose. You're supposed to do it with a goal in mind. That's my opinion. I don't know. Let's continue. Hey. Doing his thing with them thinning shears, man. That's an awkward position to be in.
Ooh, boy, this cut's looking fresh so far. Now using your smaller beard trimmer, I always like to cut off the hard hairline around the back of my head to give that fade a much cleaner.
Hey, he turned around and gave the thumbs up.
Sometimes the clippers don't cut deep enough, so using the beard trimmer, I know for...
I'm sorry, man. I'm not hating. I promise you guys I'm not hating. But let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go read the comments of this video. But like, that's not doing it for me, man. I understand it's a self-cut, but even for a self-cut, I'm not walking out the house with that fade. I'm not.
For a fact, that hard line will be faded in.
That side don't look as bad.
Now you've completely faded your hair. We're going to start cutting the length on top of our head. The first thing you'll want to do is wet your hair completely. You don't want any dry spots. Start cutting your fringe in a straight line across your forehead.
Yeah, he said fringe.
This method of cutting makes things easier for you when you have to start cutting the middle portion of your head.
So leave it like
that. Look
at
this method like starting the cut on the perimeter of your head, making sure all of your perimeter is cut to your liking, and then using that perimeter as a guideline to start cutting the middle sections of your head. Angle your cutting shear at a 45-degree angle at the end of your eyebrow. Start your haircut around 1/3 from the back of your head and begin cutting your hair in a straight line across your head from one side to the other side. I want all of your hair to be in this particular section of.
Those aren't
now
bad.
Work your way completely across.
I think that's a good tip for cutting the top. For a self cut, I think that's a good tip. You could tell he's been doing this for a while because he's got some decent control for it being a self cut. Right there is gonna be a little but there you go. He fixing it. I just feel like he's struggling. Like, is it really worth... I just did a reaction video to how much a barber makes in a day. Is it really worth saving 20 bucks, 15 bucks? All this? Unless you like to do it. If you like to do it, go for it. But like, to save money, is it worth it? He's doing a decent job on the top though. I'm not gonna lie.
Now we're gonna blend in the fade
to
the length on top of our head. Use your comb to grab and lift the faded hair and the length on top. Cut the hair straight up from the bottom faded portion to the longer hair on top.
That's the thing though, when you got calyx like that, it's hard to control those calyx with scissor work if you can't see it from a bird's eye view.
Okay, so now that the back portion of your head is cut, it's time to move on to the middle section of your head. Grab the next section toward the front of your head and use that perimeter guideline to cut off the length. Do the exact same thing as before and cut straight across your head using that guideline.
Grab it vertically. If you grab it vertically, you'll be able to see peaks and valleys.
My hair from the part line and pull the hair straight up from there to make sure I'm cutting the hair along the same perimeter guideline.
That's what I meant by grabbing it vertically and making sure it's even. He didn't do bad on the top, guys. He didn't do that bad. The top was done fairly well. We gotta see how he's gonna style this thing. The fade is zeked, but the top is good, which is crazy because usually the top is harder to do.
This technique is great for cutting off bulky sections of the hair, along with cutting the length you need.
You gotta go deeper if you're talking about deep bulking hair.
Point cutting is also a great way to add texture to your hair and give it a
all you're doing there is adding texture. You're not debulking.
more natural look.
Look at the top. It came out decent, man.
YouTube! This is the cut.
Why you sound like Jeezy?
And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to my channel.
I think he's been watching some Jeezy. He's definitely inspired by some 360 Jeezy. But this I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. He's selling the course though. I can't knock the hustle, man. He's saving $20-$30 a month. He's happy with the look. He probably enjoys doing it. And so more power to him. And the scissor work on top came out really good. And he seems like he's genuine, man. He's genuinely trying to help people save money. He's genuinely trying to help people, you know, learn how to cut their own hair.
In the next
let's check out the comment section. Hey, it's I tried this and the only fade I got was confidence fading away. Wow. What? For real? You think that's true, or you think people just don't really know what a good haircut looks like? I don't know. Or maybe people just prefer their haircuts like that. Like, I drop tutorials and I'll get criticism on one of my haircuts in one of my tutorials. Like, you'll look at that person's page, like especially on Instagram, you'll look at that person's page and their haircuts look like something I would never let out my chair. I guess it's a preference thing. Some people see things differently visually than I do. So he said, I started like this, but ended with fully trimmed hair and head looks like an egg. This is the definition of do not try at home. Look, okay, that's one thing I'm never going to try again. Now I'm rocking the buzz cut style. I think people, look, do not try this at home. All the stunts in this video performed by professionals. I think people don't understand how difficult it is to get to a professional barber's level, to get to a blurry fade, to get to a good haircut. You know what I mean? Like, you're paying tens of thousands of dollars for your education. You got to put in thousands of hours of practice to get good. You're not really going to be able to put out a decent cut watching one tutorial. And if you say you have, and I look at the picture of your cut, I'll probably be like, we see two different things. Sound like 360 Jeezy at the end saying, YouTube, this is the cut. Yeah. I tried this, now I can't go out without the hat. I think the comment section is the best part of all of this. Are we just going to ignore the fact that there's a dark ass line this dude gave himself? The Great Divide Fade by Bluebell. Look. He's like, yo, after watching this, I appreciate my barber so much more. That is hilarious. I tried. Looks like my lockdown just got extended. Yo, this is facts. He said, Google how to cut your own hair 10 minutes later. Where to buy a good cap. All right, man. Hey, 7 million views. Amazing. Good for you, Alex Chorus. Let's check out his channel, though. Just to show him some love, man. His intent was clearly to help people, man. Yeah, he's actually out here doing tutorials and stuff. I think he just likes cutting hair. And some of these other ones looks like he actually did a good... Look at this one. Yeah, see? He got better. Way better cut. And you know how I knew he did a way better cut? Look, he went up higher. Not a ½ inch, bro. An inch. Now that he spread out his blend, look how much better his cut came out. It looks way better. I'm gonna get off this thing, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, we're reacting to videos. We're doing 5 videos a week. We're doing haircut tutorials, vlogs, reactions. So if you guys enjoyed the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. If you're new, yeah, you want to show some love to Alex, go ahead and subscribe. The link to his channel will be in the description below. And like always, guys, I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next video.